Are you a girlfriend, boyfriend, parent, or just someone who's trying to play with the people they love and spend more time with them, but all they're doing is playing Fortnite? So you decide to pick up the game, you buy a console, uh, PC if you're rich, and you just pick up the game to play with the person you love, but you don't know how to do anything. And one of the most important things in Fortnite is building. Not only to be fancy, but to protect yourself. Well, this is a video for you. You clicked on it. You're calling yourself a dummy, which is pretty weird. I don't know why you're clicking on a video that's calling you a dummy. I'm not shaming, but hey, you won't regret it. You won't be a dummy after this video. You won't be a dummy after this video. Trust me, you won't. Alright, let's go with the very basics. How do you build? Well, let's start with how do you find the interaction key or bind or button to build. If you look at the bottom right, there will be a little like hammer and wrench, you know, going in like a cross, and then to the left of that there will be your interaction key to interact with that. You'll press that, it'll take out your blueprints. Now once in your blueprints, you'll see you know, this wall in front of you, you know, transparent, interesting. And then if you look here, let me bring that closer to me. If you look here, it says build, and to the left of build it'll say your interaction bind to place that build. And then also you could see all the buttons you could press to switch between those builds, because some people have different things set up. For me it's R2 to place a wall, so let's start with that. Wall. Alright, the wall. The very basics. You've probably held this out and was walking around with this a lot trying to figure out how to build. You probably built and ran into it, like covered yourself up and you can't escape now, so you break it. Well, I'm gonna tell you now, you don't just need to do that, and you can do a lot of cool things with the wall. You can place your wall and cover yourself from the front. You can do a 360 and cover yourself from all angles. If you don't want to do that, you can, you know, cover yourself as you need to be, but that's the wall. You can place it and do a bunch of cool stuff with it. I'm also going to go into editing the wall. I'm going to go do the very basics for editing a wall. You can do a lot with editing. I might do another video on what each build can do for each editing. If y'all want that and want to see that and want to know more, please let me know in the comments. I will absolutely make the video as quick as I can and get it out to y'all. So wall. What is editing? How can I edit? What would I do with editing? Well, what you do is you'd place your wall, and if you walk up to it, you see says edit, and then above it, it has like a little button or keybind or whatever. Press that and it'll bring you into the editing menu. Now it's just a bunch of glowing blue squares, and you don't know what to do, and you're like messing with it. You're like pressing these things and you're like, oh, okay, and then you look, you know, do all that just holding your button down or tapping it, and it's just gray, and you release it and it's the same. Why is it doing that? Well, there's only certain things you could build on a wall or whatever thing you're trying to build or edit, so it's not working. It's just, you know, bringing it back to base, and you're like trying to figure it out, but you don't know what's going on. I'm gonna show you. I will go into the details later probably, but I'll show you the very basics that you need to know. So, let's say you're trapped in your box that you built for yourself. 4 walls, and you want to escape. You can build, go into your edit, so you know, leave, click your edit bind, then you could go over to here, and you could be like, you want to get out, so you do this one, and the one below it, so the middle and the one below it. And then you click whatever your confirm button is, which will be confirm. Above it, it'll say what the confirm button is. And you release it. And look at that. You made a door. So now you can leave your build. Now, if you want it to go back to just a normal wall, or, you know, yeah, just a normal wall, you could click your edit button again, press whatever it says, see how it says reset here? Whatever that button is, press it, and then press confirm. And it'll back to normal wall. But with the doorway we just built, you can do that on all sides. You could do that on the left side. Build a door. Middle, which I already showed. Built a door. And then the right 2 builds another door that you can all exit and enter. That helps. But say you're in your box and you want to shoot at someone, but you don't want to leave your cover. Then you could build a window, which is easier than a door because you only need to press 1 square. So you'd enter your edit, and you could press this square on the middle left, and it creates a window that you can shoot at. And then, if you want to close it, you know, reset, confirm, and it closes it. And you can do the window, just like the door, on all the areas. So you could do it on the left, like I just showed. You can do it in the middle. Boom. Window. You can do it on the right. Window. And you can do it. Now the window's fancy because you can also do a window, click the square on the right side, and click the square on the left side. And you get 2 windows. So now you can just stay in the middle and have 2 windows. Normally you wouldn't want to do this because it gives the enemy more options on seeing like who's inside. You have less places to hide behind, but you could put 2 windows if you want 2 windows. And it's pretty useful to say someone's bad. Now you can have your friend looking out the right one and you looking out the left one, and then you could both shoot them, which is really nice. And you could reset. Another thing that I would consider the basics that's a little harder is you could do either these 3 corners here, and it'll make a triangle, and you can walk out of it. Pretty cool and easy. You could do that for all sides too. So you could do the triangle in this direction, and it will make the same thing on the other side. You could even do it at the top, but that's more complex, and you won't really be using it as often. But you can do that same as the original bottom one that I showed y'all. But I would focus mainly on doing that, the 3 for that. So bottom middle, bottom left, go up 1 to do this little, like, you know, like half circle motion to create the triangle. And I'd practice that on both sides. Same with your doors. I'd practice getting your doors down and your windows. And that's all the basics you need to know for the wall. There's so much more you can do with walls that I could show in another video. But to keep this short, we'll do faster. Now we go to the next option, which is stairs. What can you do with stairs? Obviously, stair gives you higher ground, so you could go up your stairs, and now you're higher than you were. Place another one, and then you're even higher. Pretty easy. You could use your stairs to climb up a hill to get high ground on the hill. Pretty easy. You could also do your box and jump and place your stairs, and you'll land on top of your stairs, and then you'll have coverage on here, and then you'll also have the height of the stairs, which comes in handy. Some basics for the stairs is obviously the ramping. You could do the ramp, and you can look to your side and do 2 ramps. Some basics for editing that you will need to know is I'm only going to focus on, I think I'm only going to focus on one. No, I'll focus on 2 things, which is rotating it through an edit. Most of the time you have a rotate button when you're building, but I don't have that equipped. As you can see, the rotate thing doesn't have any like buttons next to it. I have that unbound because I accidentally would do it and mess me up in a fight. You can leave it on, but if you press that button, it'll rotate your builds. But rotating it through editing, you'd go on your stairs, and you do the middle thing. So the thinner square, the rectangles, you can go press the top one, go to the bottom, and it'll rotate your stair. So as opposed to it being the normal way, now it's going towards you. And then you could do it to, you know, right to left, left to right, and then, you know, top to bottom if it's not already in its normal orientation. And then the other thing you need to know for stairs as a beginner is the half stair with the little railing. This is very good for beginners because it allows you to escape your box easier in case you covered yourself up and then you're on this thing and you don't know how to get out. You can edit the half ramp and fall down, and then you can edit your door and escape your box. Super easy. And you can do that for all sides too. So you could do it top left to right. You could do it from top right to bottom, and you know, all these. So bottom right to left, and you know, vice versa. All those things you can do. I would highly recommend just experimenting with the basic half ramp edits. There's other things you could do in here that you might accidentally do, but I'll go over that in a future video. Yeah, that's the basics you could do with stairs. So I would recommend practicing for your stairs, the half ramp, and resetting the half ramp, and also rotating your builds through edits. That's what I would recommend practicing. Now, moving on to the next option. Stairs. Wait, we already did stairs. Floors! Now with floors, you can place them to make yourself a bridge. Super cool. You could build in the sky. Something about ramps, if they are detached from any you know, source, they will break. So if this floor is broken, they'll break and they'll disappear. So make sure you're connecting your stuff, or you're not accidentally editing your stairs in a way you don't want, floors you don't want to, or stairs you don't want to, because it'll break your stuff. If you're elevated, that is. The basic thing that I would recommend to learn for floors, it's super simple. They are only, you know, 2 by 2, and I would recommend just getting used to 1. Just 1 square. Press 1 of any square, you open up a little floor. You can do the same from the bottom. Open up, press 1, confirm, opens up the floor. Or you can have, let one of your teammates or friends or whoever you're playing with fall through it. And the enemy could fall through it too, so remember that. Another thing you can do is you could do 2 in a straight line, and it'll do a half floor. But you don't need to worry about that too much. It's you can do it if you want to do it, type of situation. But try not to build your floors elevated and then get rid of the 2 that are connecting to your whatever it's connecting to, because then it'll break. And you could fall and take a lot of damage. Now, that's the basics for the floor. So, practice opening up your floor and resetting your floor. And that's all you need to do. Super simple. Floor is super easy. Now, on to the last build. One of the easiest, you know, one of the most complex items in the game is this little pyramid. The cone, the triangle. This one stumps a lot of people. A lot of beginners, this one stumps. But you can do a lot with the cone. The cone you could use when you're doing your 360 coverage. You can do that. You could look up, place a floor. And then when you look up too, you could also place your cone. And it'll give you double protection from above. So it'll take them longer to shoot at you in your box. So I'd highly recommend practicing your walls, floor, cone when you're boxing yourself in. And then you can edit your floor from above and open it up. You can edit your walls out, you know, normal door stuff. Like edit out your door, place down your floor, edit one spot, and fall down. Super easy stuff. So let's go over the basics of editing your cone. What I would recommend learning for your cone are 2 edits. Very similar to floor, it's also 2 by 2, so you can edit 1 corner, and it kind of opens up the cone. So you could open up your cone, get in it, give yourself a little bit of coverage. You could also, and then reset it back to normal cone. You could also do 2, so if you do 2 in any direction, it'll just create another stair. Look at that, now you can go up. But yeah, you can just edit it. Say you accidentally place a cone instead of a floor, you can edit these two, and then you can make stairs and go up. So what I'd recommend for a beginner is learning to do the singular, which will help you open up your cone to maybe like get to your floor so you could edit your floor, and then resetting those things back to defaults. And also I'd practice doing the two to get your stairs to help if you accidentally place down your cone. You can edit the two and make a stair. You can also do it for every angle too, just like with anything else. And then boom, you can do that. That's the basics of editing and building. Now some of the things you could do to save you from falling with these items, say you're on top of a hill and the person you're playing with does some crazy stuff, like say they build out this like a ramp and then they fall down like this. They're like, what the heck, how do they do that? What are they doing? Don't worry about that. You don't need to do that when you're getting down from a hill. You mostly would worry about that when you're a little bit better at building and you're trying to get down from like high ground in a build fight, which most of you probably won't be getting into too many build fights right now. And I wouldn't stress about it, it's fine, we're learning. But if there's a hill and you don't want to take damage, and it's steep so you can't do the trick where you're just holding back, which also works. If you just hold back while you're sliding down a hill, you won't take damage. But say you panic a little bit and then you go a little far. You can catch yourself with 3 building options. You can catch yourself with a ramp. So you can place your ramp, you can hold the ramp button down and place it, and it'll save you from taking fall damage. You could do the same thing with a floor. So you could hold the floor button, and it'll save you from taking fall damage. As long as you're holding it down and looking down, it'll protect you normally. But if you do it a little late, you'll still take damage, but you won't die from falling. The last one is you could also use your cone, and it can protect you from falling. Those are all some basic stuff you can do with building. Alright, I'm gonna finish the rest of the video in the lobby here. But yeah, those are the basics of editing and building in Fortnite. Super easy once you know what you're doing. It's a little awkward in the beginning, but most things are awkward when you're first learning. But you'll get it eventually. It's super simple stuff. Make sure to practice it and apply it in actual games, because if you just watch the video and play, you're going to be like, oh, what the heck am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. So I'd highly recommend watching the video while you're in a game. That way you can apply what I'm teaching in action in the game. You can follow it step by step too. So I highly recommend doing that. But if you made it this far in the video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you liked it. If you want to see more, because I'm going to put out more stuff for like simple, like how to do a 90, the more complex editing for the floors, the walls, the cones, the ramps, and all that stuff, and also like ramp rushing techniques, just simple stuff that are a little more complex that I didn't want to put in this video. I will be releasing those, so make sure you subscribe to watch those videos, and make sure to leave a comment on if you learned anything new. If I'm actually the real dummy, just let me know in the comment section below. I'll be reading those and responding to those messages. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful time playing Fortnite with your friends and family and significant others. And yeah, just have fun and enjoy it. Learning's fun. We should always learn. Goodbye, guys.